Good morning, y'all. It is day 37, and I'm leaving Laurel Fork Shelter on a crisp spring morning. It is 41 degrees. Slept pretty good last night, and no mice, so that was good. And it was just me and the two other thru hikers that were in the shelter. Nobody else came up and camped either, which is surprising since it was Saturday night and there's a lot of local people will come out and do that on the weekends. Failed to mention yesterday, I was back at Mountain Harbor. I met another guy who's thru hiking, but kind of doing it in sections. Trail name is and put that picture in there of us. But yeah, we got to hike a little bit together, and similar age, and got to go out and eat at the Mexican restaurant together. So yeah, you meet various people on the trail, but every now and then you kind of connect with someone and have a lot of common interest and get to spend some time with them, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that was I actually saw him way back before Hot Springs. His son was with him then during spring break. His son, I kind of gave him the trail name Spring Break because he was on his spring break in high school. But I think his real name was Jack. So hey Jack, if you're watching. So yeah, have to get over this first big climb here, which is 2 or 3 miles, and then that goes downhill, and I'll be at boots off. So be a short day. It'll be a Nero, like I said, not quite a zero, but nearly a zero. We call that a Nero, and it's my first one. I'll have a half a day just to relax and do laundry and catch up. So I should be in there by 12 noon. So, all right, let's get going, guys. Well, as y'all know by now, you can hear my voice. I have a very southern accent, and I was born and raised along the Gulf Coast, about 90 miles from New Orleans, and I even lived in Virginia for 12 years. But here in eastern Tennessee, they have even a thicker southern accent. But, where did all this originate? Well, there are different linguistic theories, but a prominent one is that in mid-18th century, the wealthy British started dropping the R sound as a class marker. And as the Brits kept trading with Americans, the lack of R sounds rubbed off in their trade counterparts in the big cities like Boston and New York City. Hence, you get things like "pak the ka," dropping that R sound. But other parts of the United Kingdom, west and north of London, did not lose their R sounds, and these areas of England were not as prosperous and they tended to move into the agricultural areas of the South in the U.S. And then other characteristics of these draws, are making two syllables out of one, and word stress. Instead of saying the police, people will say the police, or instead of please, they might say police. And the rural life pace just tends to be slower, just like the speed of the speech. And then there's the twang that makes it more of a nasal sound, and there are different types of Southern accents. There's coastal and lowlands like the Carolinas and Georgia. And then there's the inland and mountains like here in Tennessee. And then even further south in New Orleans, which has a mixture of the French and the Creole. But yeah, there's all kinds of Southern accents down here. Well, today's Sunday, so it's time to kind of check in and take a reading on the week. Had some bad weather earlier in the week with all the wind and rain, but I am grateful I didn't get injured. And I don't know of anyone who got injured or had to get off, so that was good. I was very thankful for the Mountain Harbor Inn, getting 2 nights there, just kind of getting a little rejuvenated, raised my spirits. So nice people there, grateful for that. And as well, getting another night here at Boots Off Hostel. I think I told you Boots Off had come down way back in, back at the Knock when I was back there, the Nantahala Outdoor Center, and set up a breakfast, just the ultimate in trail magic. And they are indeed trail angels. And they were cooking eggs and bacon, and it's kind of a marketing deal. They said, maybe you'll remember us when you're 200 miles north of here, and I remembered that. So I'm gonna stay with them, just to kind of pay it back. So I'm staying there tonight, and otherwise, feet, ankles, toes, no blisters, no real soreness. Hadn't been ill or anything. So, yep, grateful for all of that. And family, I've talked to them. They're all doing well. So, that's always a good thing. And I'm going to go a few more days before I actually take a zero and get a full recovery day. I'm going to do that in Damascus, Virginia. So, I'll be really grateful for that. And that's kind of the check-in, so the weekly update. So I hope everybody's having a good Sunday, whatever you may be doing. And I'm certainly enjoying this weather today as well. So I'll talk to you later. Hey y'all. So day 37 comes to an end. It was my first Nero. As I mentioned, I only had to hike about 6 miles today. Beautiful day. Just up over one big hill, 2 or 3 miles, and then down into this hostel, which is right at the edge of Hampton, Tennessee. And I thought I would kind of take some video of what a typical hostel looks like. As you can see, there's little cabins, which is what I'm staying in. It's just a little 12 foot by 12 foot room with just usually a bed and a coffee maker, maybe a little refrigerator. And then there's a bunkhouse up near the main area where the little general store is, and the common area where they'll feed us breakfast in the morning. And that's where the bathrooms are. This particular hostel is kind of famous for, they have these outdoor showers, which I actually shot a little bit of that in the video. And they have one of those big wash tubs that just have, pinholes in it. The water drains into that and then comes through that. So it's kind of a, old-timey shower, so to speak. But hot water, cold water, the whole bit. It's just kind of made it look that way. But that was kind of neat. Got the shower there. And then typically, hostels will take people into the nearest city for a resupply, and that's what they did. At 6 p.m., anybody wants to go, they get in the van, ran us into town, which was only 4 or 5 miles away. And we were able to, grab sandwiches if you want, or go to the store and get a resupply of what you might need the next few days. So, yeah, it's a typical day. Some of the same hikers I've seen for the last 2 or 3 weeks happen to be staying here. So there's some camaraderie, and you can sit around the campfire and talk and things like that if you want. But yeah, good day. I'm back on trail tomorrow, and I'll probably be staying at a shelter. I just hadn't quite figured that out yet. Maybe tenting somewhere, and probably do the same thing on Tuesday. Tuesday still looks like it's going to rain, and then Wednesday I will move in to Damascus and then take my Zero on Thursday. So that's kind of the game plan for the next 3 or 4 days. But thanks everybody for commenting. I was able to get some Wi-Fi and answer some of the comments today. But thanks again for watching and supporting and encouraging me along the way. But that's about it. We're at mile marker 428 as of tonight. And we'll keep going tomorrow. Thanks, y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.